What it is, it's your boy True McFadden, aka Do-Rag True, with True Be Talking. And in this video, I gotta give my reaction for the Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez fight. Hey yo! Hey man, look. Hey, what I tell you, man. Hey, I wasn't as confident as I should have been in my boy, but I knew my boy, if anybody was gonna do it, my boy Bud was gonna pull it out. Yo, that nigga, hey, he did his thing, man. But I want to talk about it, just a couple things before I get into the main fight. First off, if you didn't get a chance, man, it was a lot of different, it was about 8 fights on the undercard, 6 fights, well, preliminary fights. There's about 7 of those. And then like, 4 fights leading up to the main event. First off, Steven Nelson coming to the ring dressed as Blank Man. That was dope. It was funny. Also kind of weird, bro, because Blank Man was getting his ass kicked in that movie when it came to hand-to-hand combat, like talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My man said, slap me around and called me Susie.
I warned you, Susan.
Because slapped the shit out of him, said Susan, called the nigga Susan, bro. Like, and it's just funny that happened in the movie. You came out dressed as Blank Man, and even though it was a bad stoppage, right? The ref definitely should have just gave him a standing 8 count instead of stopping the fight. But bro, you instantly got in the ring and started getting your ass kicked. I mean, instantly, first round, cuz putting them hands on your ass. Like as soon, man, Rico Santana was his name, was whooping the shit out of Steven Nelson before they stopped, before the early stoppage. You know, of course, it remains to be seen if he could have recovered from that quick little flurry of punches. I don't think he was going to fully recover. I think it was going to be a long fight or maybe even a short fight for Steven Nelson. But the ref definitely stopped that fight before I had a chance to even really get going. I mean, it definitely was it should have been a knockdown, and the fight should have been able to continue, so we could see if he was actually going to end up putting Steven Nelson on his ass. But I mean, a win for Rico Santana, a loss for Steven Nelson, and you came out dressed as Blank Man and got embarrassed. The Wayans family should be really upset with you right now, bro.
That's unacceptable.
Damon should be really pissed that you came out and did that for Blank Man, bro. But it's hilarious. The second thing, man, Christian Mbili versus Lester Martinez. If you didn't catch that one, bro, it was one of the undercard fights that played on Netflix. It was a really good fight. It was fought what they call fighting in the phone booth, when it's just 2 dudes just in there, just face to face, head to head, that Mexican style fighting, nobody backing down. It ended up being a draw, and which I think is the right call for that fight. That fight was hard as hell to score, damn near impossible, to be honest with you. I didn't see it happening any other way but a draw. But if Lester Martinez would have moved his feet a little more, if he would have pulled the chair from Christian Mbili, especially later in the fight when Mbili started kind of getting tired, he was starting, you know, his legs was wearing down. He started to kind of rely on being able to just go in and kind of rest and lay on Martinez a little bit while they exchange punches. If Martinez would have started just stepping to the side, man, step to the left, step to the right, and catch him with something while he's moving, like he could have did just doing that little bit would have gave that little bit of separation that he would have needed. It would have gave him that edge that he needed to get the win. I don't know if Bo Mac then wasn't telling him that in the corner, or if he just wasn't seeing it, or what was going on, or if they were just telling him, hey man, just fight your fight, or if they was telling him, hey, you need to move your feet. But once he gets in there, you know, like Mike Tyson said, you know, everybody got a plan so they get punched in the face. So they was probably telling him that, and then once he got back out there, he just wasn't following it. Either way, it could have been one adjustment could have been made that could have won him that fight, and he didn't do it, and that was just weird. But it was, all in all, it was still a really good fight. Mbili, I think Mbili was the champion. He got to keep his belt because of the draw. So, I mean, maybe we'll get a rematch for that one. You never know. But it was a really good fight this time around. If they do it again, I definitely think Lester should next time try to do a little footwork. Speaking of footwork, goddamn. That boy Bud, man, let me tell you something, bro. Like I said, when I was giving my prediction for this fight, leading up to the fight, talking about it, I talked about Canelo being fast. I talked about Canelo being strong. I talked about Canelo being able to punch and land his punches, and also being able, when it comes to his defense, being slick, being able to slip punches and block punches and catch them, you know. I talked about all that. Of course, talked about how Bud's good, strong, accurate, very smart in the ring, and I said that he's a very intelligent fighter in the ring. He's very smart. You always see his wheels working. He's great at making adjustments. He's great at making adjustments. And for any fighter, for any boxer, if they can make those in-ring adjustments in the fight, you know what I'm saying? You come in with your game plan, but after the first few rounds, if that game plan ain't working, you got to tweak it. You got to change something. You got to figure out what's working and what's not working, and adjust. A lot of times it's hard for fighters to make those adjustments in fight. Not for Bud. Bud Crawford is a genius. He's great at making those adjustments. Matter of fact, the first fight I ever watched him in was against Gamboa. And that was the first time I ever seen a fighter switch their stance from orthodox to southpaw, and it actually works. That was the first time I saw it. I can't speak for anybody else, but the first time I ever saw it was with Bud Crawford. Because when he did it, I remember thinking, like, I've seen this before, like a fighter change their stance and instantly start getting their ass kicked. I've seen it multiple times. Fighter changes stance, instantly starts getting his ass whooped. But with Bud does it intentionally. He goes from orthodox to southpaw. In this fight, he was southpaw the whole way. He didn't even come out in orthodox to try to, I think as far as game plan, that was part of his game plan. He already knew he was going to fight him southpaw. He already knew he was going to come out in southpaw stance and fight Canelo. And it worked. I mean, Bud did everything, man, in this fight. He defended well. He punched well. He moved around. His movement was A1. I saw the post or whatever, Tank Davis talking about Bud running. You're the only motherfucker on the planet that said that Bud was running. Period. So you know that was just some hating ass shit. Tank, the only one that said that Bud was running. Everybody else, bro, that's the sweet science. That is movement. That is moving and staying in range. That is not getting hit, but still being in range to be able to hit. And he did that all night, man. He frustrated the dog shit out of Canelo Alvarez. That was surprising to me. I didn't expect. This fight went nothing like I expected. Let me just say that. I knew Bud. I felt Bud was gonna win. I knew if anybody was gonna be able to beat Canelo after coming up 2 or 3 weight classes, whatever, I knew it would be Bud Crawford. I knew not to bet against Bud Crawford in this fight. As far as how he was going to do it, how he was going to get it done, I didn't know. That's where some of my hesitation came from, because I'm like, bro, I don't know how he's going to do this, how he's going to deal with the weight, how he's going to deal with the punches, you know what I'm saying, the weight of those punches coming in. But I do know if anybody's going to do this, it's going to be Bud Crawford. Like, it was great, man. This is probably one of the best boxing performances I've seen, you know, period, out of any fighter. And just the way he was able to take control of that fight, those last 2 or 3 rounds, when Canelo just started, anytime he had to restart, he was just dropping his hands, and you could just see how frustrated he was. Like, he couldn't do, like, it's just, bro, I can't do shit with this dude. I can't do shit with him. Everything I've tried, like, at that point, it looks like any adjustments he had made, any adjustments Canelo had made had already, he went through all his adjustments. He went through plan B, C, D, E, and F. Like, goddamn, this dude is still punching me in my shit, and I can't hit him. And it's getting worse as the fight goes. And honestly, if Bud would have stepped on the gas, if Bud would have pressed, he could have got Canelo the fuck up out of there. I don't know how many of y'all realized or noticed around those 10th, 11th, 12th rounds, Canelo's legs start getting kind of a little weak. He started kind of stumbling a little bit. Hey, if Bud would have pressed the issue and kept going to the body and coming back upstairs, he could have got that boy on his ass. You know what I'm saying? He could have knocked Canelo down. I don't know if he would have knocked him out and got a stoppage or whatever, but he definitely could have put Canelo on his back, bro, one time. And it was really clear, especially I think in the 11th or 12th round, like it was really obvious that, hey man, Bud could really knock this motherfucker out right now, or at least put him on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was just, I mean, if you have anything negative to say about that fight and how Bud fought in that fight, bro, you're just not a boxing fan, period. You're more of a hater, Bud hater, or whatever you want to call yourself. It's more of that. Because I don't see how anyone that actually enjoys boxing could watch that performance and say it's anything less than brilliant. Like, that was a fucking brilliant performance for boxing, bro. Like, it was great. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen a match. If y'all know a match, hit me in the comments. Let me know, man. This person fought this person. Go watch that. Let me know if you've seen any fight where a fighter has just overwhelmed their opponent so much to where they're not going to knock them out. They're not going to put them on their ass or knock them out. But they're just so overwhelmed that they damn near just stop fighting. Like, Canelo got to a point where it almost looked like he didn't want to fight no more. Like, bro, no matter what the fuck I try, this son bitch is just hitting me in my face. It's hard. He just keeps fucking hitting me in my face, and I can't hit him. Even when he think he has him lined up for a punch, he's throwing and he's missing and getting countered. Like, when Bud found his zone against Canelo, it was over with, bro. When in that fourth round, when he came out in that fourth round, like, I gave Bud the first 3 rounds anyway. I think I gave Buddy, I know for a fact I gave him the first 2. I can't remember if Canelo won. I don't think Canelo won around to like round 5, honestly. But round 4, when Bud came out and he really started going in on him and started opening up and throwing punches, I knew right then, like, yo, Bud done found it, bro. He found it. And I think round 5, Canelo may have been his adjustment, one of those adjustment rounds. He made his adjustment, and it worked for that round. Because I said, I think I gave Canelo 3 rounds. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I can't remember which rounds I gave him, but I gave Canelo 3 rounds, and I know the 5th round he won. I know for a fact. I remember giving Canelo the 5th round. But after that, bro, like, just an ass whooping, just a clear case, just a straight up ass whooping. They're talking about a rematch. I don't think this deserves a rematch. There's no need for a rematch of this fight. Honestly, I don't want to see a rematch. I don't want to see Canelo get his ass kicked by Bud again. Just like I don't want to see Canelo. I wouldn't mind seeing Canelo fight Bivol again, because he stated that his hand was hurt or whatever in that first one, and he wouldn't mind trying that again. I don't think he has the desire to fight Bud again, to be honest with you, after this ass whooping. I wouldn't want to fight that nigga again. I wouldn't want to fight Bud again. Like, what the fuck you mean? So, what's Bud gonna do next? That remains to be seen. I think he said he's not going back down to 154. He did say that in the press conference. I don't think he's gonna campaign at 168 though. I think he said he may campaign at 160, but again, remains to be seen. Remains to see what he's gonna do next year, what his next moves is. I mean, I thought when he was asking for this fight, they made the fight happen. I was mad. One of the reasons why I didn't care for it is because I felt it was going to be the end of his career. I felt he was, no matter what, win, lose or draw, he was gonna leave the game. Like I said, I'm a Bud fan. I've been a Bud fan since 2013. He's my favorite boxer. I'm not ready to see him leave. You know what I'm saying? He's really just now becoming a household name for casual fans or whoever. He's just now becoming a household name. But for me, you know what I'm saying? I started following him in 2013. So for me, he's been this great with the ability to do things like this. I've known that since 2013. Like, this dude is good as fuck. But what he's gonna do next, we'll have to wait and see. For Canelo, Canelo's definitely gonna keep fighting. I don't know what people are saying about, you know, is this the end of Canelo? Is he gonna retire? Like, the dude's 35 years old, bro, and he loves to fight. He loves to fight. He has 3 losses against 3 really good fucking fighters. Like, he has nothing to be ashamed of. Floyd Mayweather, Dimitri Bivol, who is the undisputed champ, is the undisputed champion, and Bud Crawford, arguably one of the greatest fighters ever. And you don't agree with that? Okay, cool. That's fine. There's plenty of tape out there you can go watch and see. Like, and when I say greatest fighter, the first thing they're gonna talk about is who he's fought, his resume, who he's fought. Like, bro, my thing is, for him to be a 2-time undisputed champion before this fight, he had to fight somebody with some belts. How can you blame somebody? How can you say somebody's resume is fucked when all they did was beat champions? He beat a champion, bro. Like, this champion stuff, I whooped this champion. I took his belt, went to his country, took his belt. But hey, his resume, he ain't fought nobody. Okay, bro, whatever you say. The man's this, that, and the third. He's got these belts. Who he didn't fight nobody, where he fought these motherfuckers. He took these motherfucker belt. He fought the motherfuckers that had the belts. That's who he fought. That's who he beat. So, you know, it is what it is, bro. But man, if you didn't get the chance to watch it, I think the replay is available on Netflix. I'm gonna go back and try to watch it again. It was really a great fight. But man, that's all I have for this, man. It's your boy Durag True. Of course, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Man, this is it, man. That was great. I can't wait to see what's next in boxing, bro. We got some good matches coming up still for the end of this year, and you know, just really excited, man. But this your boy Durag True, man, and I'm out.